This year has been a very different year for Tesla. Analysts are now adjusting their forecasts for what they expect Tesla to do by the end of this quarter, and here is what they're now saying. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. Now, the analysts are not saying hello, my friends. Just I am. Hello, everyone. Hope you've had an awesome day. So what are analysts saying about Tesla? The Street's delivery forecasts. Wedbush tech analyst Dan Ives said the Street's line in the sand for Tesla deliveries is roughly 250,000 globally, and anything above 260,000 will be viewed very positively. He added that if Tesla reports Model Y and Model 3 deliveries around 240 to 245,000, the Street would consider it good enough. Ives remains bullish on Tesla, forecasting 277,000 deliveries for Tesla in the second quarter. So he's saying that he believes company will deliver more vehicles than what everyone else pretty much believes. Morgan Stanley's Adam Jonas and CFRA analyst Garrett Nelson have bullish forecasts as well at 270,000 deliveries. Now here's what Dan Ives actually said. In a nutshell, while June delivery numbers will be ugly and nothing to write home about, the Street will be focused on the trajectory for 2H and the overall demand picture staying firm. Tesla is still on pace to increase deliveries roughly 50% year over year in 2022. For that to be possible, then obviously Tesla's going to have to deliver a hell of a lot more vehicles in the second half of this year versus what they've delivered in the first half of this year. That's pretty normal for Tesla, pretty normal in China as well, pretty normal for the automotive industry. In fact, globally, for some strange reason, it's been like that for years now. But really, there needs to be a pretty big ramp up for this to happen. Do I think it'll happen? I'll get to that in just a second. Ives went on to say, I remain firmly bullish on Tesla, outperform and 1000 PT. Analysts have slashed their delivery estimates though as the second quarter ends. Teslarati says that even Ives and Jonas's current delivery expectations are much lower than their initial estimates. Ives initially expected Tesla to deliver around 300,000 vehicles in Q2. On the other side of the spectrum, Mizuho Securities analyst Vijay Rakesh expects Tesla to report only 232,000 deliveries, down from 296,000. Wow, that's a big difference. Emmanuel Rosner from Deutsche Bank lowered his Tesla delivery estimate only 245,000 from his initial estimate of 310,000. So you can see there's some pretty concerning estimates here. Whether or not they'll prove to be correct, they're just guesses, to be honest. No one really knows. Tesla's Q2 headwinds. Teslarati says that in the first quarter, Tesla delivered 310,000 vehicles, broken down to 14,218 Model S and X units and 291,189 Model 3 and Y vehicles. Tesla Giga Shanghai was instrumental to Tesla's record-breaking delivery numbers in Q1 of 2022. Unfortunately, Tesla China was crippled in Q2 due to COVID-related shutdowns. For most of the second quarter, Giga Shanghai worked under the city's strict closed-loop system, preventing Tesla from working in multiple shifts. Tesla employees worked single 12-hour shifts 6 days a week under Shanghai's closed-loop setup. They lived, breathed, ate, slept, did everything in the warehouse, in the factory, didn't leave at all. Tesla Giga Shanghai seems determined to get back to its rhythm, but plans to halt production first to upgrade its Model Y assembly line and boost capacity. Apparently that upgrade will be complete by the 7th of August, and it will enable Tesla to be able to build 22,500 electric vehicles per week at Gigafactory Shanghai, which puts them on an insane run rate of nearly 1.2 million vehicles per year from the factory. Now that's before they even build the second factory there, which they're apparently going to start building next year. That's crazy. Anyhow, Tesla has not ramped production fully at its new Gigafactory in Texas or in Germany. Berlin and Austin are losing billions of dollars right now because there's a ton of expense and hardly any output, Musk said in an interview with Tesla's community leaders. Now, to give you an idea, recently there's been a report, insiders saying that Tesla is producing 5,000 vehicles per week at Gigafactory Texas. I don't think that's correct. I think the number is closer to 2,000. However, the point is they have finally started to ramp production there in Texas. Same story going on in Germany. production there is finally starting to ramp up at a pretty similar level to Texas as well. Tesla did seem aware of these challenges coming into the second quarter. Obviously, they never could have predicted what happened in China. But anyhow, Tesla CFO Zachary Kirkhorn said all the possible headwinds the company might face in Q2. Looking ahead in the immediate term, a few things to keep in mind in Q2. First, we've lost about a month of build volume out of our factory in Shanghai due to COVID-related shutdowns. Production is resuming at limited levels, and we're working to get back to full production as quickly as possible. This will impact total build and delivery volume in Q2. Second, as I've mentioned before, Austin and Berlin are just starting their ramps, and thus those inefficiencies will start to flow through our gross margins in Q2. Third, we do have higher ASPs in our backlog, which will help to offset some of these headwinds. We continue to drive towards further strengthening of our financials in the second half of the year and believe that 50% or above growth rate remains achievable for the full year. And fourth, well, he didn't say this, but anyhow, here's a fourth point. Tesla delivered 201,250 electric vehicles in the second quarter of 2021. Though Tesla lost a month of production this year, in fact, they lost closer to probably 6 weeks of production, the regional transport systems and its suppliers during the Beijing Q2 COVID shutdown, followed by a slow ramp up with a closed loop single shift at their factory in Shanghai. They are still projected though to beat 2021 Q2 production by over 40,000 units. That's pretty amazing, really. Now, this is during a chip crisis when Volkswagen themselves, their EV production is down significantly versus Q3 and Q4 of last year. Supply chains globally are in crisis, and companies like Ford haven't produced any more electric cars this year than what they did last year. So frankly, the numbers are not really that bad. They're actually pretty good considering the situation. That said, what are my predictions for this quarter? I believe Tesla will actually deliver closer to 280,000 vehicles. And I know that sounds optimistic, and really I'm just guessing like everyone else is, but I'm basing this on everything that I've read, everything that I'm seeing, and also on the reality that Tesla has been outperforming analysts' numbers for quite a long time. In fact, they regularly seem to misquote. They regularly seem to get Tesla's numbers wrong. They seem to be pessimistic on what Tesla's going to do, and therefore they often underquote Tesla's numbers. So I'm going to overquote, and I think I'll be approximately right. 280,000 in my view is around the number that we're going to see. Now remember, the daily news cycle, it skews your thinking, it skews our brains. The daily news cycle, particularly surrounding Tesla, is very negative. The media just want to get clicks. They're desperate to get you to click. They say positive things, people don't click as often. They say negative things, people go, whoa, what's this? What's happening? What's happening? Shock horror. I better find out what's going on. So that skews our thinking, and it skews our understanding, it skews our perception of the world, and ultimately human beings. We can tend to be quite negative. That actually definitely has an effect on whether or not we see Tesla objectively or not. And I don't think most of us do. I don't think most of us are truly aware of actually what Tesla is doing now and where they'll be in 5 years' time from now, which frankly is probably better than anyone is predicting, except for the most of the optimists when it comes to Tesla. Why do I say that? Well, believe it or not, Elon Musk is smarter than everyone watching this video. He's smarter than me. He's smarter than anyone making content on, CNN or CNBC or pretty much any analyst. The guy, he says things that can make it sound like he's a loose cannon. That's true. But when it comes down to it, I wouldn't bet on any of us being able to really predict where Tesla will be, because we aren't in control of the company, and thank heavens for that. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.